What's going on, guys? It's your boy. Welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered Talks. Today, I kind of want to talk about the movie Moana 2. It's a movie that kind of came out of nowhere, and Disney announced that it's going to be coming out at the end of the year this year. And I have a lot of thoughts surrounding it, and I low-key think that it could be a really, really good movie, and I think it could be a step in the right direction for Disney. So I just wanted to come here and make a video talking about it. So let's dive right into this. Okay, I do want to go ahead and say this first. I'm cautiously optimistic about this. I do think that there is a chance that this movie is not going to be very good, but I think that the story and some of the elements and stuff about it have a lot of potential, so I want to dive into that. First things first, I want to talk about the story a little bit and how I think it could be a great step in the right direction for Disney. Back in the day, I want to say it was around like 2004, early 2000s, whatever. They had what is called, like, I believe the Disney Renaissance or whatever, or it's like pre-Renaissance Disney movies. Okay, future editing Blake here. I wanted to chime in and kind of correct myself a little bit. So, the Disney Renaissance era that I'm referring to there is wrong. Those are the movies that are like The Lion King, The Little Mermaid, stuff that came out around that time. And the era of Disney that I was talking about goes by a couple of names. It goes by the Forgotten Era. It also goes by the Post-Renaissance Era, which is what I meant to say. And basically, it's all of the Disney movies that came out from the year 1999 with Disney's Fantasia 2000, and all of the movies from there to the 2008 movie Bolts. So in there, pretty much any movies from 2000 to 2008 would be a part of their Forgotten Era. And some of those Forgotten Era movies are pretty good. A lot of the movies that I grew up on, kind of, because like movies like Meet the Robinson, movies like the Lost City of Atlantis, I believe, came out during that time. And I believe the movie Treasure Planet, which a lot of people will often discuss as one of the most underrated Disney movies of all time, but also one of the most underrated just animated movies in general of all time. So I just kind of wanted to chime in here and correct my past self, because I was completely wrong about what the name of the era was, and it was really bugging me. So I did a little bit of research and I fixed that. But yeah, that being said, I'm gonna let you guys proceed with the regular scheduled programming, where movies came out like the Treasure Planet movie, which is an incredibly underrated animated movie. The Lost City of Atlantis, or Lost Empire of Atlantis, whatever those movies were, with Milo. Is it Milo? I think it's like Milo Thatcher or something like that. And just really, really cool exploration movies. I think Meet the Robinsons came out around this time as well. And these movies all had like this really interesting vibe about them. And something that I really liked is it kind of was like a transition for Disney, who was at the time really known for like their Disney princess movies and making a lot of really interesting musicals, to, okay, now we're going to do a little bit of a deeper story. We're going to have people exploring unknown worlds, and it was going to be a really interesting journey for them to go along and try to find like this lost city or whatever, and try to develop new worlds, essentially, because that's one thing that I really, really liked about it, is it introduced us to a entire city that other people didn't really think was possible, and it did a really good job of world building in that aspect. And I think that Moana has the potential to do that exact same thing in this movie. And another thing that I really like about it is the fact that this movie, I feel like, has a really, really good setup, as opposed to a lot of Disney movies that have gotten sequels and stuff like that in the past. Like, if you think about some of the really early ones, there were multiple straight-to-DVD sequels for the movies. Oh, I said straight-to-DVD. It might have been straight to VHS at the time. But there were some sequels for, like, Mulan. I think there was a Mulan 2 and a Mulan 3. The Lion King had a sequel that was straight to DVD, I believe. Not a great sequel. There was the Little Mermaid 2, which in my opinion, I actually do love the Little Mermaid 2. But once again, it's not really a necessary movie. But basically what I was saying, I think that Moana has had one of the best setups for potentially having a sequel, because the entire first movie is about Moana kind of discovering her clans. Did I say clan? Is it clan? Are they tribe? What are they? I think they're like a tribe. But basically just her people, and realizing that they used to be sailors and they used to adventure. And the fact that they got onto their island was because they were sailors and because they went on a lot of great voyages. And I think that they really set us off with a really good part where she kind of restored the sea, and she made it where people can go travel again, and it's ready for them to go adventure this brand new world of the oceans and the islands and everything that they could potentially see. And I am really excited for it. I think that it has potential to be a really, really good movie. Another thing that I want to kind of compare this to another old good Disney movie, a story of a demigod going on an adventure. That's like my favorite Disney movie of all time. I had to put a poster of Hercules up for anybody who didn't know, and if you didn't know, why didn't you know that? Also, they're making a live-action Hercules, completely unrelated. I'm really excited about it. Another thing, I don't know if they're still making the live action Moana movie, but I hope if they are, they've decided to cancel that, because if you guys are making a sequel to the animated movie, just continue focusing on the animated movies. Not everything needs to be a live action, and I think one of the most special things about the live action movies is that they're able to like modernize certain characters who are back from like the 90s and stuff like that. You're not modernizing anything if you're redoing something that has 3D animation. Like, I think any movie that Disney has made in the last couple of years that is 3D animation should never get a live action, because it's already 3D. But that being said, that's just a little tangent that I wanted to go on. Another thing that I'm kind of excited about with this movie, the fact that they decided to take this from being something that was straight to streaming service, which could have been really bad, because like Megamind 2 just came out. Don't know if a lot of you guys know this. They just made another Megamind movie. I think that they've made like Megamind shows and stuff like that in the past, but they just made another Megamind movie, and it was not great. And I feel like a big part of the problem with that is they're making it for a streaming service, so they didn't give it the attention to detail it deserved. They didn't give it the money budget that it probably deserved. And it's really depressing seeing these movies that were really beloved by a lot of people kind of get really, really underwhelming sequels because they are just throwing it on a streaming service and they don't really care, because overall it's not going to impact them whether or not it hits big or not, because people who are going to watch it are the people who already have the streaming services. Whereas with Disney deciding that this is going to be a theatrical release instead, they're probably going to put a lot more effort into this. They're going to do as much as they can to try to flesh out the story, to flesh out the characters, to make sure that the animation looks perfect. And I'm really excited for it. I think that it has a lot of potential. Lin-Manuel Miranda, not coming back for the music, but the group it's two young ladies. I'm going to put their names on the screen because I can't remember it. I think they both have B names or something like that. One is 20, I believe, and one is 23. I am 20. I feel like I've done nothing in my life. Apparently they've written in, I don't know if they've produced it or whatever, but supposedly they made an entire musical called Bridgerton the Musical, and that's insane to me that they got some really young and upcoming talent for this. I'm very intrigued. I really want to know what's it called? What kind of music we're going to get in this. If there's not a song where Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson raps, I will be a little upset. But that being said, that's some of that Lin-Manuel Miranda flair, and I love Lin-Manuel Miranda. I am somebody who was a big fan of Hamilton for the longest time, but I do think that his style of music is a little different than the Disney vibe. Like, songs like from the Tangled movie and like I Can Go the Distance from Hercules and stuff like that are songs you will almost never get with someone like Lin-Manuel Miranda making the music. But I mean, like, How Far I Go is still pretty good. There are still some songs here and there, but I'm excited because they have some female musicians who are going to be making the songs for a young female character who's very powerful, and I think it could be great. Also, after just seeing that actress in the Mean Girls musical or whatever, I'm really excited to see her singing again because her singing voice is incredible. But yeah, that was pretty much everything I had to say about this. Very short, quick, to the point video. But that being said, I love and appreciate you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bow, bow, bow. Back at it again, but that's a relevant flow. So smooth, they calling me Mr. Elegant. Like an elephant, I got a long nose. Like a president, I've got a few hoes. Swift with a stutter, I'm smooth like butter. Don't see it coming when I slip undercover. Like a big dog, but I don't bite. I'm still a big broad, I'd win that fight. Come match you and I knock out your lights.